by the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, take us that star-spangled banner and
Flag is out. We're back underway. And Farquhar with a good jump off the start leads the field back into turn number 1. Vanoy really tight through the entrance. The car rotates a little bit through the middle and too much on the exit. Everybody stays straight down the back chute. Landon Farquhar, a good lead coming out of turn number 4 to complete lap number 3. Vanoy now under fire from the 14 of Gary Hunter. Hunter looks to the inside coming into turn number 1. Nope, decides to swing it wide, use the banking to his advantage as Vanoy gets tight once again. Hunter still can't capitalize on the mistake. Vanoy hangs onto that runner-up spot. Another big puff of smoke out of the 31 machine. Vanoy smoking all through the corners. And down the front chute that time. Once again, low into turn number 1. Tight through the middle and loose on the exit. Vanoy got his hands full with the 31 machine. Now we're coming to halfway. That should be 4 down and 4 to... Flag. There it is, and we're underway. Once again, a good jump off the outside. Looks like the outside is going to be the place to be tonight here at South Texas Speedway, at least early on in the evening. It's a drag race out of turn number 2. Stevens on the inside, Sturts on the outside, side by side through turns 3 and 4. Sturts pushes wide, Stevens takes the lead, coming to the stripe. Stevens going to lead lap number 1. Klein now on the inside, coming into turn number 1. We're nearly 3 wide through turn number 1. Stevens hangs on to the lead. Sturts now battling with Klein for that second spot. Sean Klein in the 11K machine takes the spot going into turn number 3. Now Stevens pushes wide. Your leader about to lose it out of turn number 4. Yes, he does. Klein leads lap number 2. Stevens back to second. Sturts is in third. Gray in fourth, and unfortunately for Franco Krulik, his heat race is over as he makes a hard right turn off the speedway out of turn number 3. And Sturts loses it in turn number 4. Parks it down on the bottom of turn number 4. We might get a yellow. Absolutely. 3 laps complete, 5 laps to go. And a great jump for Klein off the get-go. Leads the field back down into turn number 1. Going to be coming across flags this time by 4 down, 4 to go. Sturts now with a good run off the bottom of the racetrack out of turn 2. Drag race with Cheryl Gray down the backstretch. And Stevens this time loses it in turn number 4. Going to keep it going, but he'll lose 2 spots and slip to the back of the field. Meanwhile, we've got a great race for second spot. Sturts on the bottom, Gray up top. She washes wide. Sturts gets by on the bottom, takes over that second spot down the back chute into turn number 3. Meanwhile, Sean Klein has laid the keys on the front desk and checked out of the hotel. A full straightaway advantage over second spot. Going to be coming to 2 to go this time by Sean Klein. Got a complete lap number 6, well out in front of the rest of the field. Nathan Sturts in second spot. Cheryl Gray is in third. William Stevens in fourth after his extra lap down at the bottom of the speedway. No change in the running order. I would say, barring catastrophe, this heat race belongs to Mr. Klein in the 11K machine. Smoking the whole time, but it don't matter. It's still fast. Making it look easy as he takes the white flag into turn number 1. There's second spot, Nathan Sturts. Third spot, Cheryl Gray. And fourth spot, William Stevens. Into turn 3 for the final time. Checkered flag gonna wave. Sean Klein takes the win in heat race number 1. Are underway. And this time it's Jones with the early jump off the bottom of the racetrack. Pesic going to make short work of this, though. Goes to the front right now out of turn number 2. Michael Pesic in the 22P. Looking like the class of this act so far. He's going to lead lap number 1 out of turn number 4. Second spot is Mr. Charlie Jones. Moretta Major rounds out the field in third. The 33 machine sounds a wee bit sick so far this evening. Pesic leads lap number 2. Jones in second spot. Moretta Major rounding him out in the 33. Yeah, the 33 definitely not healthy so far this evening. And Moretta being told that she can't keep a safe pace, going to have to pull it back into the pit area. So that'll leave us with 2. Still Pesic out front in the 22P. Major with a fire in the 33 machine has parked it in the infield. Safety officials there just as quick as a flash to put the fire out on the 33 machine. Hopefully not a whole lot of damage to the race car. You see Moretta climbing out just as quick as possible. She's out of the race car. The car's still smoking. We're still racing on the racetrack, though. Pesic out front. He takes the white flag. Charlie Jones in second spot. Coming out of turn 4 for the final time, Mike Pesic going to take the win in the 22P. Charlie Jones going to bring it home in second spot. Ladies. 7 cars, the field, 8 laps the distance. Make some noise, South Texas Speedway, Emod Heat Race number 1. Nathan Rahi leads the field down into turn number 1. Choppa settles into that second spot. Sandoval hangs on to third. Courtney making moves up to that 4th spot, gets around Eric Rahi, Nathan Rahi going to lead lap number 1. Choppa in second, Sandoval third, Courtney fourth, Eric Rahi in fifth. Jimmy Martinez is sixth, and Roy Walker rounds out the field in the 9W. And the 14 machine, Sam Chapa loops it in turn number 4. Roy Walker spins to avoid. Lead him to the green out of turn 4 this time. Green flag is out. We are back underway. Sandoval hangs on to that second spot. Courtney slides up one lane off the bottom, trying to get a run around the outside. Doesn't look like it's going to happen. Has to come back down and play defense. Oh, and Sandoval loses the power plant. Eric Rahi spins to avoid contact. Emod division here tonight at South Texas Speedway. Let's see if he can hold off Zach Courtney for 7 more laps. One in the books and 7 to go. Green flag is back out. And Courtney tried early to take over the lead, lost a little bit of ground as Rahi has just found some bite out of turn number 2, down the back chute into 3. Gets the car to rotate nicely through turns 3 and 4. Nathan Rahi going to lead lap number 2. Courtney in second, Eric Rahi is third. Jimmy Martinez fourth, Roy Walker fifth, and Chapa rounds us out in sixth in the 14 machine. Courtney now with a great run on turn number 2, takes the lead down the back chute into 3. Zach Courtney to the top spot. Nathan Rahi with an ill-handling race car, looks like, back to second. He's about to be challenged by brother Eric. Here comes Martinez on the very bottom of the racetrack in turn number 1. The BD5 trying to get underneath the 5A. We're nearly 3 wide of turn number 2. We've got one around again. That is Chapa in the bottom of turn number 2. Sam's got it fired back up. We're going to stay clean and stay green. We got a great battle for 2, 3, and 4 on the racetrack right now. Zach Courtney pulling away from the field. Nathan Rahi with his hands full. Here comes Martinez up the inside for second. Jimmy Martinez to second. Your early race leader, Nathan Rahi, back to third. Eric Rahi is fourth. Something very wrong with the 25 machine as Nathan loses it in turn number 3. Rahi has set up shop down at the bottom of turns number 3 and 4. Looks like we are going to get a caution. The 25 machine not going to refire. 3 laps to do it. We're going to find out here pretty quick. The green flag is going to come out this time. There it is. We're back underway with 3 laps to go. Courtney washes a little bit wide through turns 1 and 2, but he's got a great run out of the exit down the backstretch. We've got Chapa around again. We're going to stay clean and stay green. Coming to 2 to go this time out of 4. Courtney put about 3 car lengths between himself and Martinez there. Looking really good down the front chute. The BD5 machine, though, handling the corners a little bit better, but Courtney got the power down the straightaways. Just as I say that, a great run out of turn 2 for Martinez. The car upset, though. Martinez loses it. White flag is out. Martinez is going to keep it going. A tough break for your second place car. That's going to give second spot to Eric Rahi in the 5A. Third spot going to be Roy Walker in the 9W. Nathan Rahi fourth. Martinez back to 5th. Checkered flag going to fly this time. Zach Courtney going to hang on to it. He'll take the win in heat race number 1. Second spot, Eric Rahi. Third spot, Roy Walker. Then it's Nathan Rahi. Jimmy Martinez after a heartbreak. And Ricky Rogers in the 4W. Green flag is out. We are underway. Dunker going to lead the field into turn number 1. Weecha right there behind him, though, in the 59 machine. Here comes the 97 up the inside. That's Jesse Cantu. And right behind him, he's bringing the... What car is that? Oh, around the 97 goes in turn number 4. Going to collect the 22 of Zachary Calhoun. Looks like everybody going to keep him rolling. Tough break for Calhoun. That body was nice and shiny before we've had a pass for the lead. Brianna Weecha takes over the top spot out of turn number 2 down the backstretch into 3. Second spot is now Bill Dunker. Rabot is in 3rd. Dwayne McWhorter up to 4th. And your last place starting car, the 4W of Ricky Rogers, rounds out the top 5. Here comes Calhoun on the inside down the front stretch into 1. Picks up 1 spot, looking to take 2. Thinks better of it, tucks back in the line in the 5th position. Calhoun and McWhorter going to split Rabot down the backstretch into 3. That is some close quarters racing right there. Everybody washes wide, but Calhoun hangs on to it. Going to pick up 2 spots in turn number 4. Weech is still your leader in the 59 machine. Bill Dunker in that second spot. Zachary Calhoun with that bonsai move is up to third. Wayne McWhorter back to fourth. Ricky Rogers is still fifth. Chris Rabeau back to sixth. Brianna Witchie in the 59 machine, still looking pretty good from my vantage point. Got about 3 car lengths between her and Bill Bunker in second spot. Zachary Calhoun is still third, but a long way back. It's a distant third. Then a pretty good jump back to Dwayne McWhorter in fourth, Ricky Rogers fifth, Chris Robo in sixth, as we get to the go from the flag man. Oh, and Rogers is around in the entrance of turn number 3, and McWhorter's making a donut down there in turn number 4. Going to give the 4 spot to Robo in the 16. McWhorter will still be fifth. White flag going to be out for Weecha in the lead. Brianna Witchie still your leader down the back chute into turn number 3 for the final time. Checkered flag going to be in the air this time by. Make some noise for the young lady in the 59 machine. Brianna Witchie with the win. Second spot going to go to Bill Dunker. Third spot will be Zachary Calhoun. Back to the back row. So Heil and Maklachek lead them to the green flag. The Bomber Heat race is underway. And we are 3 wide down the front stretch into turn number 1. Heil going to lead them into turn 1. Second spot going to be Chris Dudley. Dudley very loose on the exit at turn number 2. What a save by the gentleman in the 1-1-2. Looking to the inside in turn 3. Going to think a little bit better of it. Heil looking like he's going to lead lap number 1. No! What a bonsai move off the bottom for Chris Dudley. He'll take the lead out of turn number 4. Heil into the second spot. Maklachek is third, and Skinner rounds us out in fourth. Chris Dudley living by the phrase, when in doubt, throttle out in the 1-1-2 machine. A whole lot of right pedal going on right now. And oh, golly! That is some on-the-edge driving, edge of the knife. One step either way, Beto, and it's over, buddy. Still with the lead down the backstretch, Chris Dudley putting on a show all by himself out front. Riley Heil in second spot. Joseph Maklachek is third. Brandon Skinner rounds us out in fourth. Those back 3 pretty much nose to tail. A good race going on between those 3 guys. Oh. Thank you very much. These are important things. Dudley still your leader as we complete lap number 4. The young lady in the 30 machine, Riley Heil, hanging on to that second spot. Joseph Maklachek is third. Brandon Skinner still rounds us out in fourth. I tell you what, the young lady in the 30 machine putting on a good show right now, holding those 2 hard-charging guys back there behind her. Dudley, meanwhile, in his own time zone right now, out front in the 1-1-2 machine as we complete lap number 5. 3 to go. Maklachek looks to the inside for second spot. The very bottom of the racetrack down into turn number 1. Oh, and there's contact between he and Riley Heil. Heil goes all the way around. She keeps it going. We will stay green with 2 to go. Skinner gets around Maklachek for that second spot. Brandon Skinner up to second. Maklachek back to third. Heil in fourth. Chris Dudley just running away with this thing. A straightaway plus advantage over Brandon Skinner in second spot. There's the white flag. 7 down, 1 to go for Chris Dudley in the 1-1-2. Got a good battle going on for second spot. Skinner up top. Maklachek on the bottom of the racetrack. Once again on the bottom into turn number 1. Skinner running about the middle of the racetrack, up where the cushion is, right? Just right in the middle of the groove. Checkered flag going to come out this time by, though, for your winner, Chris Dudley in the 1-1-2 machine. Second spot looks like it is going to be Brandon Skinner. Third will go to Joseph Maklachek. Going to wave this time into turn number 4. Limited modified heat race number 1 underway. Stephen Whitaker Jr., James Parks bumping and banging going into turn number 1. Whitaker going to take the lead from the outside. Parks loops it into turn number 2. Everyone going to avoid contact. James Parks Going to get it turned around. We're going to stay green. Leading lap number 1 will be Steven Whitaker Jr. Second spot going to be Brock Bowen. Third will be Marcus McLachek. Then it's James Lee and Lawrence McLachek. Rounding out the top 5. Lawrence to the bottom of turn number 1, trying to get underneath James Lee to take over that 4th spot. Not going to be able to do it down the back chute. Looking into turn number 3. Once again on the very bottom of the racetrack as Whitaker leads lap number 2. McLachek takes over the 4th spot. Lawrence McLachek to 4th. James Lee back to 5th. Steven Whitaker Jr. flying around South Texas Speedway in the 89C machine. Brock Bowen giving chase in the 2nd spot. Marcus McLachek washes wide through turns 3 and 4. Lawrence closing the gap. You know it's got to be a goal every night to beat your dad when you're in the same heat race. Looks like James Lee going to have some issues. The car very slow off the pace in turn number 2. Still green so far. Steven Whitaker goes around. Brock Bowen going to come underneath him. James Parks, is a lap down. And a 563, James Lee going to make his way off the speedway. Steven Whitaker Jr. still out front, about a straightaway advantage, a little bit more maybe over Brock Bowen. In the 2nd spot, the Wild Man holding down the runner-up position pretty easily. It's become to 2 to go already for Steven Whitaker Jr. Bowen still hanging on to that 2nd spot. Lawrence McLachek is 3rd, trying to get around a lap car of James Parks coming into turn number 1. Marcus to the bottom. Parks going to wash wide. Everybody gets around. Wow. James Parks not wanting to give it up as the white flag comes out for Steven Whitaker Jr. Brock Bowen still there in 2nd spot. Lawrence McLachek 3rd. Marcus McLachek 4th. James Parks the 3rd. Rounds out the top 5. Through turns 3 and 4 for the final time was the leader. Now the winner, a face full of checkered flag for the 89 of Steven Whitaker Jr. Brock Bowen going to come across the line in 2nd spot. Lawrence McLachek will be 3rd. Marcus McLachek will be 4th. James Parks the 3rd rounds out the field in 5th. 4 with Chuck Perry and Caleb Hudgens on the front row. And Perry gets a great run out of turn number 4 to take the lead into turn 1. The same sport sponsored entering the 115 machine. Looking great out of the turn number 2 down the back chute. Hudgens in 2nd spot. Eddie Ross is 3rd. Looking up the outside. Here comes Polero in the 96. Real tight through the transition. Washes wide. Loses 1 spot to Hunter Flanagan. Flanagan in the 4th spot in the 58 machine. And Polero is around in turn number 1. Stabs the throttle. A little bit of tire smoke. Polero keeps it moving. He'll rejoin the fray and we stay green. Chuck Perry very sideways, hangs on to it, coming to turn number 4, though he's still your leader. Hudgens in 2nd spot. Eddie Ross is still 3rd. Tom Grothuse with a lot of smoke out of the 11 team machine. I'm thinking that one might be done. Very slow down the back chute. I believe Tom going to make the hard right turn off the speedway out of turn number 3. Yes, he does. The fun meter pegs early for Tom. Meanwhile, the action is heating up for 3rd spot as Flanagan is underneath Ross for that 3rd position out of turn number 2. Can't quite seal the deal down the back chute into turn 3. Flanagan once again on the very bottom of the racetrack. Through turns 3 and 4, that's good side by side. Door racing right there. I'm giving it to Flanagan at the line. Chuck Perry still your leader. 4 laps complete, 4 laps to go. This will be 5 done right here. Flanagan closes the gap on Hudgens real quick through turn number 3. Hunter Flanagan right there on the bottom trying to take the 2nd spot from Caleb Hudgens. Everybody pretty much single file around the bottom of the racetrack through turns 1 and 2. The groove widens out a little bit down the back chute into turn number 3. And Polero again around in turn number 4, Gonna let the field go by. Polero, a wise move right there. Lets everyone go by instead of pulling out right in front of the leaders. Should be coming to 2 to go this time. No white flag in the air this time. 7 down, 1 to go for Chuck Perry. It's been the Perry Show all night long so far in heat race number 2. Caleb Hudgens still in 2nd spot. Hunter Flanagan, though, underneath him this time through turns 1 and 2. Hudgens matched the throttle, uses the power of the 10 machine to hang on to that 2nd spot. Great driving by Caleb Hudgens to maintain his runner-up position. Looks like it's going to finish that way. Checkered flag in the air. Perry with the win. Hudgens in 2nd, Flanagan 3rd, Ross in 4th. 4th. Polero going to round us out in 5th. Helms and Butcher going to lead into the green flag. We are underway with our 3rd and final limited modified heat race, and just like that, off the outside, Dustin Butcher gets a great jump, leads the field down into turn number 1. Helms hangs on to the 2nd spot. Carlucci is in 3rd. We're side by side with Shulman and Shuri for 4th and 5th. We're 2 wide, 2 rows deep out of turn number 4. Carlucci up to the 2nd spot, takes it over from Helms. We are 3 wide through turns 1 and 2. Here comes Shuri up the inside. David Shuri takes the 3rd spot away from Max Helms Jr. There's a little bit of a love tap out of turn number 3 into turn 4. And Shulman now on the inside as well. Shulman to 4th, Helms back to 5th. Ray Shulman a little bit sideways on the entrance into turn number 1. Gathers the 2 machine back up, points it down the backstretch, and mats the throttle into turn number 3. Meanwhile, Dustin Butcher starting to pull away from the field, almost a straightaway advantage over Carlucci in the 2nd spot. It's nearly another straightaway back to the 3rd spot. That is David Shuri in the 38 machine. We've got a tangle up down to the bottom of turn number 1. Now, but his lead is gone, and he's got a hard charge in Greg Carlucci Jr. right behind him. Green flag back out. We're back underway with heat race number 3. Butcher coming around to lead into the halfway mark. 4 down, 4 to go for your leader, Dustin Butcher. Carlucci in 2nd spot. Shuri is 3rd. Havley 4th. And Helms rounds out the top 5. Ray Shulman trying to get around and crack that top 5 after having to go to the back for the yellow. Dustin Butcher got the 90K machine set up nice all the way around the corners here. Running up off the bottom. One of the few guys to be doing that tonight, about a lane up right through the groove. Looks like we might be taking some rubber down through the middle of the racetrack. That's all right. Now up top in 3 and 4, banging off the cushion like a sprint car out of turn number 4. Dustin Butcher really hammered down around South Texas Speedway tonight. There's 2 to go from our flagman. I would say that Butcher probably got the fastest car in this class tonight, looking at everybody else we've seen so far. Dustin Butcher looks to be hungry to park it on the slab for 2017 as the white flag comes out. Carlucci still 2nd, Shuri still 3rd, Havley is 4th, Helms in 5th, and Shulman rounds out the field in 6th. Down the back chute for the final time into turn number 3. Was the leader, now the winner. Dustin Butcher takes the checkered flag in heat race number 3 for the limited modifieds. Carlucci in 2nd, Shuri is 3rd, Havley 4th, Helms in 5th, and Shulman going to round us out in 6th. Ladies, I don't know that one's going to fly. We're going to need them side by side coming out of turn number 4. It is the leader's duty to start the race. Chuck Perry, when he goes, it's up to Chase Duncan to keep up with him on the outside. We need them side by side coming out of turn number 4 to the green. So we're going to try this one more again. Chuck Perry, Chase Duncan going to get one more shot at it. Lights are out. We're going to try it again right here, right now. There's the green flag, and we are back underway. Chuck Perry, a much better start that time. Duncan going to tuck right back in behind him. Jerry Waters there in the 3rd position. 4th spot right now belongs to 73 of John Ramirez. Tommy Miller underneath him for that 4th spot into turn number 3. Looks like Miller's going to take the spot out of 4. Miller to 4th, Ramirez back to 5th. Joshua McCain rounds us out in 6th. Chuck Perry leads lap number 1. Duncan is 2nd. Walters is 3rd. Jerry Walters closing the gap quickly in the 127 machine, trying to get up there and take that runner-up spot from the 10 car of Chase Duncan. And the 54 machine, Tommy Miller, all the way around in turn number 4. Stabs the throttle, keeps it moving. Good job, Tommy. We stay clean and we stay green. Walters now challenging once again for that 2nd spot out of turn 2. Not enough to make the move. Down the backstretch, taps the binders, and gets the car to go to the bottom of the racetrack, trying to get a good move up off the bottom to get around the 10 car of Case Duncan. John Ramirez hanging on to that 4th position. McCain trying to get around and take it from him. We've still got a great battle for 2nd spot. That's where the action is on the racetrack. And Duncan nearly loses it. Walters has to go high to avoid contact. Case Duncan very sideways out of turn number 4. Good driving by Jerry Walters not to plow into the back of him. Miller around again. We're going to stay clean and stay green. Miller likes that bottom area right there. And Chuck Perry, your leader. Major problems for the 115. Not sure what's going on there, but Chuck felt the need to take the detour through the infield. I'd say his heat race is over. That's going to give the lead to Case Duncan. Jerry Walters now in 2nd spot, but now he's going to want the lead. You got to make the move. You got to be passing cars on the racetrack all the time. Duncan now, though, got a good line at a turn number 4, making that 10 car just as wide as he possibly can. The 8M of Joshua McCain off the racetrack as well. Jerry Walters right there up on the bumper of the 10 machine. This is good, exciting racing. Quality over quantity in heat race number 1 for the Pure Stocks. White flag going to be out this time by Jerry Walters up off the bottom. Takes the lead out of turn number 4. Walters down to the top spot. Duncan is back to 2nd. Martinez is 3rd. Miller is 4th. Jerry Walters already about a half straightaway advantage down the back chute into 3. Checkered flag going to be out this time. Make some noise for the gentleman in the 127 machine. And Duncan loops it in turn number 4. Let's see if he can get back around and hang on to 2nd spot. Here comes Martinez. Come on, Case. Absolutely. Case going to salvage a runner-up finish in heat race number 1. It helps when you're that far ahead of everybody else. The first one's getting ready to start here in just a second. There's the green flag, and we are underway. Jamie Deere and Sean Ward got a good run going into turn number 1. Looks like Ward going to hang on to the lead. Out of turn number 2, Jamie Deere in 2nd spot. We're 2 wide. That's 4 and 5 on the racetrack. Sean Ward going to lead lap number 1. Jamie Deere in 2nd spot. 3rd spot is the 6 car, Daniel Preston. Jesse Sandoval there in 4th. Sean Ward still your leader, lap number 2 in the books. Jamie Deere in 2nd spot. Sandoval up to 3rd. A good battle for 4th between J.C. Paul and Daniel Preston. Joshua Sewell just watching this great racing action, trying to get up there and be a part of it. Right there in the 6th spot right now, trying to get around the outside of Paul for 5th. Meanwhile, your leader just running away with the thing. Sean Ward is up and gone in the 889. Jamie Deere hanging on to that 2nd spot in the 15D. The 3rd spot belongs to Sandoval in the 7 car. J.C. Paul is 4th in the 4 car. How appropriate. Sewell very sideways out of turn number 4. Loses a lot of ground onto the rest of the field. That middle group of 4 cars there, right there, nose to tail, pretty much all the way around the racetrack. Jamie Deere pulls away just a little bit. Sandoval, Paul, and Preston, however, have a barn burner going on for 3, 4, and 5 on the racetrack. Paul looks to the inside, can't quite get there quick enough. Sandoval back down to the bottom. Here's 2 to go from the flag man for Sean Ward. A straightaway ahead of Jamie Deere in the 15D. Sandoval is still 3rd, Paul still 4th. Preston 5th, and Sewell rounds him out in 6th. Joshua Sewell trying everything he can, every trick in the book, to get around the 6 machine. Down onto the berm in turn number 2 as the white flag is out. Sean Ward with one more trip around South Texas Speedway. Jamie Deere still 2nd. Sandoval still 3rd. Here comes Sewell on the inside in the 38 machine. Still can't get it done on a turn number 2. Checkered flag going to be in the air this time by heat race number 2. Going to go to Sean Ward in the 889. 2nd spot going to go to Deere as Sewell loops it in turn number 3. Sandoval will be 3rd. Paul will be 4th. Preston will be 5th. Milo Brodnax in the 58. Megan Lesturgeon in the 28. John Wilson in the 39. There's your field. 6 cars for 8 laps. Green flag's out. We're back underway. Westfall gonna lead the group out of turn number 2 with a convincing lead already. Here comes Mike Horelka up the inside of the 19 machine to take over second spot. Eric Ramos back to third. Shiloh Brodnax trying to get around in the 58 machine. Looks like she'll get to the inside in turn number 1. Can't quite seal the deal, though. Going to hang on to that 4th spot, but it's looking like she's got some strong competition from Wilson on the outside down the back chute into turn number 3. Brodnax has the preferred line through turns 3 and 4. Can she take the spot coming out? No. Ramos with a great run off the top side, hangs on to it, but Shiloh Brodnax getting around for that 3rd spot into turn number 1. Ramos back to 4th. Here comes Wilson on the inside now in the 39 machine, challenging for that 4th spot, side by side into turn 3. Give the spot to Wilson. Out of turn 4, Ramos back to 5th. Lesturgeon in the 6th position. Westfall still out front. Got about a 2-3 car length advantage over Horelka in the 19 machine. Then a pretty good jump back to Shiloh in the 58, but she's closing the gap as quickly as she can. Lesturgeon underneath Ramos for 5th. That's a good side-by-side race back there in the back of the pack. Still side-by-side down the front chute into 1. Lesturgeon with the preferred line, but Ramos just matched the throttle in 21 machine and hangs on to that 5th spot. Johnny Westfall, still your leader. 5 down, 3 to go. Horelka in 2nd. Brodnax 3rd. Wilson in 4th. Lesturgeon is 5th. And Ramos goes around in turn number 4. Gathers it back up, points it in the right direction, gets it back underway as we come to 2 to go for your leader, Johnny Westfall. Horelka has the gap pretty much the same all the way around, just can't make it any smaller and get around to take the lead. Westfall got a good run down the back chute that time, puts about another car length between the 2. Coming to the white flag this time at our turn number 4, Johnny Westfall, still your leader in the 9 machine. Horelka 2nd in the 19. Brodnax in the 58 machine is 3rd. Wilson 4th. Lesturgeon 5th. Ramos rounds us out in 6th. Already your leader down the backstretch, entering into turn number 3 for the final time. Going to be a checkered flag in the air this time. Johnny Westfall looking like he's going to take the win. Yes, he does. Your 3rd and final heat race for the Pure Stocks goes to Johnny Westfall. Horelka in 2nd. Shiloh Brodnax is 3rd. John Wilson 4th. Megan Lesturgeon 5th. And Eric Ramos going to round out the field in 6th. Ladies and gentlemen, that will conclude heat race number 3. Green flag is out. We're underway with our limited late model feature. And Landon Farquhar going to lead the field into turn number 1. Vega to the outside in 2nd spot. Here comes Gary Hunter in the 14 car on the inside down the back chute into turn number 3. He'll take over the 2nd spot from Vega. Landon Farquhar going to lead lap number 1. Gary Hunter is 2nd. Here comes Aaron Letty to make the move for 3rd. Vega back to 4th. Fred Vanoy now looking at the inside in turn number 1. Can't seal the deal out of turn number 2, down the back stretch into turn 3. Landon Farquhar going to lead lap number 2. 2nd spot, still Gary Hunter. Aaron Letty still 3rd. No change behind them now. Letty looks to the inside for that 2nd spot out of turn number 2. Can't quite seal the deal. Tucks back into line for 3rd. Still Farquhar out front, almost a full straightaway over Gary Hunter and Aaron Letty. Letty to the inside once again out of turn number 4. Still comes up short at the stripe. Underneath this time through turns 1 and 2, trying to slide up the racetrack, take the line away. He'll do it down the back chute into 3. Letty to 2nd, Gary Hunter back to 3rd. Landon Farquhar still your leader, about 5 to 6 car lengths separate him and Aaron Letty. Actually almost a whole straightaway now coming out of turn number 2. Letty in 2nd, Hunter is 3rd, Vega 4th. Vanoy rounds us out in the 5th position. 5 laps in the books. 78 machine, Landon Farquhar, just real smooth through the corner. The car sets up nicely, rotates real good on the exit, and points it down the straightaway. Nearly a full straightaway over Aaron Letty in the second spot, and Vanoy loses it in turn number 3. Pulls it back out onto the speedway, tucks down to the very bottom to let the leaders go by. Good driving by Fred Vanoy to get the thing back underway. We stay clean and we stay green. Still, Farquhar out front. Letty in second. Gary Hunter is third. Jesse Vega running fourth in a 90 machine. And Fred Vanoy rounds us out in the 5th position. Going to be 8 laps complete this time by. No change so far. Gary Hunter trying to get around Fred Vanoy. Vanoy a lap car. Hunter running in the 3rd position at the moment. The gap closing slowly between your front 2 cars. Landon Farquhar about to have to deal with Aaron Letty in the 93 machine. Less than half a straightaway separate the front 2 now. Landon Farquhar through turns 3 and 4. Aaron Letty really gassing it out of turn number 4. Toting the left front just a little bit up off the ground through turns 3 and 4. Farquhar now putting a lap on the number 90 machine of Vega. Here comes Letty. Gets around Vega, puts him a lap down to second spot. Farquhar now really probably doesn't realize how quickly that gap is closing into turns 1 and 2. Now only about 3 to 4 car lengths separate the 2. And Letty, you can see, driving it deep into turn number 3, has got it down to about 2 car lengths on the exit. Farquhar with a much better exit off of turn number 4, stretches it out just a little bit down the straightaway once again, but the gap closes right up through the middle of the corner. Letty that time a little bit sideways on the exit of turn 2, loses a lot of ground, but closes it right back up as we come to 2 to go. 2 to go for Landon Farquhar. Aaron Letty in second spot. Looks to the inside once again in turn number 1. Nothing doing right now out of turn number 2, down the back chute into turn 3. Letty once again, the top 2 going to be coming to the white flag this time by Letty now right up on the bumper of Farquhar. The white flag is in the air. One more lap around South Texas Speedway for the limited late model feature. Letty looks to the inside. Once again in turn number 3, I don't think it's going to be enough, but we're side by side coming for the checkered flag. Not going to happen. Landon Farquhar with the win. Aaron Letty in second spot. Motor's off. He can hear you now, ladies and gentlemen. Make some noise for the driver of the 78 machine. Landon Farquhar here tonight. Taking the win at South Texas Speedway. Come on out, brother. All right, well, we'll do it right here by the side of it. Landon, the car looked good, man. You had I don't know if you know this, but Aaron was closing the gap lap after lap after lap. When did it get exciting for you?
Probably about the last 5 laps there.
Right, you had your hands full with Aaron those last 5 laps. That was really good. What's it take to keep him behind you on the racetrack?
Man, a lot of work, I guess. A lot of hard work.
It looked like really get in the corners really well. You got to keep the car kind of straight and not rotate till you come out off the exit. Keep it down towards the bottom of the racetrack and just keep the door shut, because anytime you left it open, Aaron had his toe in, and you always had to be conscious of him, and you got it done tonight, brother. How's it feel to get the first dub in 2017?
Feels great. Love it. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. You got anybody you want to thank on the race car?
Yeah, I want to thank Woody back here. It's his car, and I was just driving it tonight for him, and we'll have my car back out here the next race. So.
Well, all right, man. Woody, now you know the thing's fast, right, brother? Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, make some noise for Landon Farquhar in the number 78 machine. Oh, Coolrick going to be inside of row number 5 alongside Marita Major in the 33. The green flag waves, and we are underway. The Arnold Oil AOC Street Stock feature underway with Michael Pesic. Gonna lead lap number 1. Coming into turn number 4, looks like Sean Klein gonna take over the second spot. Third spot will be Sturts in the 84. Cheryl Gray in the BD1 is 4th. Gray gets sideways coming into turn number 1. Look up the outside. That's Douglas Lesturgeon in the 27P. Taking over the 5th spot down the back chute into turn number 3. Stays to the outside of turn 3, trying to get around Gray for 4th. The track really narrows up coming off the exit of turn 4. Lesturgeon hangs on to the 5th spot. Good to see Marita Major back out on the racetrack after her fire at her heat race. Got the 33 car line back out. She's about to go a lap down. Stays out of the way of the leaders. Good job to Marita. Michael Pesic going to put her a lap down in the 22. Around goes Sean Klein as well. Nathan Sturtz in the 84. And here comes Lesturgeon. He's taking over the 4th spot from Cheryl Gray in the BD1. Gray back to 5th. Looks like Stevens going to get around on the outside for that 5th spot. Here comes Aguirre up the bottom. Nearly 3 wide going into turn number 3. Aguirre takes over the 5th spot from Gray. 6th spot, from Gray. Looks it to Stevens for 5th. Michael Pesic still your leader in the 22P as we come into turn number 3. Out of turn 4 down the front stretch. He'll lead lap number 5. Sean Klein in the 2nd position. Nathan Sturtz in the 3rd spot. Stevens is 4th. Lesturgeon 5th. And Aguirre side by side for that 5th spot as we come into turn number 1. Hector Aguirre on the bottom in the 113 machine. Takes over the 5th spot. Lesturgeon has issues. The 27 machine broke through the middle. Actually, might have just jumped out of gear. Lesturgeon back on the throttle. The car looks good. We did lose the 33 of Marita Major. Your leaders negotiating lap traffic. That's Michael Pesic with the 22P. Putting Charlie Jones, a lap down the 133. Sean Klein still in 2nd spot. Nathan Sturtz still in the 3rd spot, the 84. 4th now belongs to Hector Aguirre in the 113. Rounding out the top 5, that is William Stevens in the 13S. Franco Krulik and Douglas Lesturgeon got a good battle going on right now. Looks like we lost the 133 of Charlie Jones, and Nathan Sturtz is around to the bottom of turn number 3. We are going to get a yellow on the racetrack. Yellow on the racetrack. Side nose to tail, ready to get back racing here in the Street Stock feature at South Texas Speedway. Green flag is out. We are underway. Pesic going to lead the field through turns 1 and 2. Looks like Klein going to hang on to that 2nd spot. The bottom definitely the preferred line at the moment. Sturtz hangs on to 3rd. Aguirre settles back into that 4th spot. Here comes O'Krulik, though, around Stevens for 5th through turn number 3. Out of turn 4. Yes, give it to O'Krulik at the line. Lesturgeon now challenging on the outside as well. Looks like if you've got the guts, you can make the outside work here at South Texas Speedway. Lesturgeon picks up the 6th spot. Stevens back to 7th. In your 3rd place car, Nathan Sturtz all the way around in turn number 3. Aguirre loses the spot after trying to avoid contact. Nathan Sturtz going to get it back going. We will stay clean and we stay green. O'Krulik up to 3rd. Aguirre is 4th. Still here comes Lesturgeon though. Douglas Lesturgeon has worked his way after an earlier race incident back up through the field. Douglas Lesturgeon sitting in the 5th spot right now. Here comes William Stevens trying to work his way back up. Oh, and Aguirre slow off the pace up to the outside of the racetrack. Looks like problems for the 113. Aguirre going to take it back into the pit area. Your leader is still the 22P of Michael Pesic, the 11K of Sean Klein in the 2nd spot. Franco Krulik sits in 3rd in the 7th car, in the 7 car right now. Douglas Lesturgeon up to 4th. Laps complete, going to be 13 this time at the line. 13 laps in the books for Michael Pesic. Sean Klein still in 2nd spot. About a car and a half separate the two. That's the closest battle on the racetrack. Save for the one for 4th spot. Here comes Stevens up under Lesturgeon for 4th. Not going to happen. Stevens tucks back in the line, hangs onto that 5th spot. Klein maybe taking a look to the inside out of turn number 4. Thinks a little bit better of it. Really has to get on the brakes, point the car to the bottom of the racetrack in turn number 1. Pesic still your leader out of turn 4. Sean Klein hanging on to that second spot. O'Krulik is third with Sturgeon fourth. Stevens and Gray fifth and sixth. Stutz rounds us out in seventh position. We should be coming to 2 to go this time. No, maybe not. My miscalculation. Laps in the books, 3 to go for the leader. Michael Pesic out front in the 22P machine. Here's 2 to go, this time by 18 down, 2 more times around South Texas Speedway. Everybody pretty much settled into their own positions. Sean Klein trying to close that gap, but Pesic has stretched it out just a little bit. We're going to be coming to the white flag this time by out of turn number 4. There it is, 1 lap for Michael Pesic. Sean Klein second. The third spot belongs to Frank O'Krulik. Fourth spot, Douglas LeSturgeon. And Stevens rounds out the top 5 down the back chute for the final time into turn number 3. Michael Pesic round the bottom of the third and fourth corners here in South Texas Speedway. Checkered flag in the air. Michael Pesic with the win. I think he's excited. There you go.
Got it?
Yeah. Yes, sir. We're going to bring the Saints Ford Victory Lane banner over here to Michael Pesic. No, Mike, you keep your seat, but you put. Come on out of the race car. He's out of the race car, folks. He's pretty stoked. Michael Pesic with the win in the Street Stock Feature. First of all, brother, congratulations, man. Made it look easy out there, man.
It kind of was.
No shame whatsoever. You and Sean had a pretty good race going. Sean trying to close the gap. You'd spread it out down the straightaway. Sean would pull up on you in the corners. It was a great race for us in the stands. I hope y'all had fun on the racetrack, man. It looked real good. Brother, you got anybody you want to thank on the race car?
I want to thank my dad, my wife, him, because he works on it. Bayside Seafood, my whole crew that sits right over there in the little corner right there.
I saw them.
And my son won his go-kart race, so.
It don't get no better than that tonight, brother. One more time, ladies and gentlemen. Sean, I'm sorry, Michael Pesic taking the win. Sean, come here, man. You're up here. Let's have a chit-chat with you two, brother. Tonight, you gave it your all. Y'all were having a good battle down there. It looked like you were closing through the corners. The transition was really good for you, but this thing just had the power down the straight. Did you work on it too good? Did you give him the good stuff?
I guess so. He's running a different gear than I am. I got to thank Mickey Helms for loaning me the motor that's in the car and allowing me to come down here and come race. We'll be back.
Anybody you want to thank on yours, Sean?
Mickey Helms, D&D Novelties, Viking Recovery, Michael Pesic, the whole crew, all of them. We all work on each other's stuff.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time. And y'all make some noise for both Michael and Sean. 1-2 in the Street Stock Feature. We're going to try to get some pictures made down here on the racetrack, I believe. Maybe not. Looks like we're going to gather everybody up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there's a green flag. We are racing with your Bomber Feature. Oh, and there's some contact right off the get-go. And there's Brandon Skinner. I see a black flag. I see there's a lot of things happening right now. And I'm not sure what order to announce them in. Chris Dudley. You're gonna get to see here, young man. It's not being thrown. It's being pointed. That's a warning for rough driving there to Chris Dudley, your heat race winner, coming down across the nose of Riley Howell like that. Right on the get-go. You can at least wait till the corner, I suppose. One done, coming up to the second lap complete here. Chris Dudley is your leader. Riley Heil in second spot. Benjamin Maklachek is third. Brandon Skinner rounds out the field in fourth. Still Chris Dudley out front in the 1-1-2 machine. Riley Heil closing the gap through turns 3 and 4. The young lady on it in the feature here tonight. And here comes Benjamin Maklachek up the inside to try to take over that runner-up position. Maklachek once again to the bottom of turns number 1 and 2. Still can't quite seal the deal and take the position out of the second turn down the back chute into turn number 3. Closing the gap again. Looks like Dudley's starting to pull away a little bit in the 112 machine. Almost a straightaway advantage over Riley Howell in the second spot. There's Dudley once again, a little bit sideways coming into turn number 4. A good save by the young man in the 1-1-2 machine. Still your leader by about, I would say, 2.5 car lengths over Riley Heil, and then it's another 3 to 5. Stretching it out just a little bit down the back stretch. It's getting bigger as I talk about it, so I don't know exactly how far out in front, but she's really pulling away a little bit there from Benjamin Maklachek. Maklachek closes the gap through the corners, but down the straightaway, the 30 machine just pulling away bit by bit. Maklachek very slow off the exit of turn 2 that time. Looks like a little bit of correction going on there in the cockpit. No major problems, just lost a little bit of ground on second spot. I'll tell you what, though, it looks like Riley might be closing the gap. Yeah, coming into turn number 1, right on the bumper of Dudley in the 1-1-2 car. Dudley better not rest on his laurels so much, because Riley's coming there in the 30 car. A little bit sideways through turn number 4. She gathers it back up. Good save by the young lady in the 30 machine. Hanging on to that second spot and closing the gap. And here comes Benjamin Maklachek. This is going to get interesting in a hurry. The lap's ticking away. This will be 10 complete by the stripe this time. 2 to go for Chris Dudley. Riley Heil still in that second spot. Benjamin Maklachek third. Brandon Skinner is fourth. Going to be coming to the white flag this time out of turn number 4. Chris Dudley in the 112 car. Still your leader. The hood's starting to pop up on the right side. I don't think it's going to be that much of an issue. Flapping through turns 1 and 2. You can still see out of the left side. Chris, you're good to go, brother. Down the back chute for the final time into turn number 3. Heil with one more shot at it. Don't think it's going to be enough. She closes the gap dramatically, however. The checker flag's out. Dudley with the win. Heil takes second spot. Then it's Benjamin Maklachek and Brandon Skinner rounding out the field. Good job, Chris. Way to go, man. Anybody you want to thank on the race car real quick?
James Parks. Pops.
Good job, brother. Looking good out there on the racetrack tonight. One more time, ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Chris Dudley. And it looks like McWhorter not wanting to fire on the start. Brianna Weechie gonna lead the field. Looks like she's gonna lead lap number 1. In the 59 machine. Second spot is Eric Rahi. We're nearly 3 wide coming out of turn number 4. That is the Z76 of Zachary Calhoun, the BD5 of Jimmy Martinez. Oh, we've got a yellow on the racetrack. Lights are out. Green flag should wave this time. Dwayne McWhorter leads him to the green, gets a good jump off the bottom. The car goes this time for sure. He's going to lead lead the field into turn number 1. Here comes Jimmy Martinez in the BD5 up the inside of the 59 machine into turn number 3. Martinez inside McWhorter as well, tries to take the lead. He'll do it coming out of 4. Martinez will lead lap number 1. Roy Walker will be second. Dwayne McWhorter third. Zachary Calhoun fourth. Calhoun looks to the inside of McWhorter for that third spot down the back chute into turn 3. Give the spot to Zachary Calhoun. Going to be 2 laps complete this time by Jimmy Martinez out front. Roy Walker is second in the 9W. Third spot belongs to Zachary Calhoun in the Z76. Fourth spot, 59 for Inoichi. Fifth spot is Zachary Calhoun in the 22. Zach Courtney in the third spot in the Z76. Calhoun is battling with Dwayne McWhorter for 5th. Give the spot to McWhorter out of turn number 2. We've got a good battle going on for the lead as well. Jimmy Martinez with the spot right now. Roy Walker trying to find a way around in the 9W. Weechi around in turn number 4. She's going to tag the back of the field. Good job to Brianna staying out of the way. We stay clean, we stay green. Good save by the young lady in the 59 machine. We've got a great battle going on for the lead. It's side by side through turns 3 and 4. Jimmy Martinez hangs on to it at the stripe. Roy Walker second. Zach Courtney is third. Dwayne McWhorter fourth. Zachary Calhoun is 5th. Martinez, still your leader. Roy Walker trying everything he can to get around Jimmy Martinez for that lead. That's for the race lead. Down the front chute into turn number 1. Zach Courtney looking to the outside of the Z76 machine. Sitting in third spot right now. He's got the best seat in the house watching this battle play out for your lead. And Courtney goes around in turn number 3. Walker gets underneath and nearly loses it on the front chute. There's the yellow on the racetrack. Green's going to be coming out this time in a turn number 4. Jimmy Martinez going to lead him to it in the BD5. The Emod Feature back underway. Martinez leads the field down into turn number 1. Calhoun coming around the outside, takes over that second spot from Roy Walker. Walker back to third. Chris Robo been pushed into the infield. Green flag should be coming out this time out of turn number 4. 8 laps in the books. Here we go. Jimmy Martinez leads into the green flag. Calhoun on the inside of the 22 machine. Settles into that second spot. Roy Walker is third. The Rahi. Eric Rahi. Thought it was the brothers, but it's not. Eric Rahi being challenged now by the 14 machine of Sam Chapa. Chop into the outside through 3 and 4. Looking to take the 4th spot from Eric Rahi. He'll do it on the exit at the stripe. Your leader is still Jimmy Martinez in the BD5. And we've got one around in turn number 2. Looks like we're not going to keep it moving. I believe that's the 14 of Sam Chapa. Going to get another yellow on the racetrack. Green flag going to be coming out this time out of turn number 4. There it is. We're back underway. Martinez once again leads the field. Oh, some big contact between Zachary Calhoun and Roy Walker. Looks like Calhoun going to get the short end of that stick. Going to bring it to a stop at the top of turn number 2. We're back underway. Walker in second spot, right on the rear bumper of Martinez. Martinez still your leader out of turn number 2. Roy Walker looking to the inside in turn 3, trying to find his way around Jimmy Martinez. That's 10 laps in the books right there. Martinez still your leader down the front chute out of turn number 4. Roy Walker in second spot. Eric Rahi is third. McWhorter fourth. Nathan Rahi rounds out the top 5. Brianna Weechi rejoins the field of the 59 machine after having to leave the Speedway to get some new rubber. Martinez very slow on the bottom of the racetrack, but that's where the moisture is right now. Walker cannot find a way around him. Roy Walker trying to beat him to the bottom of the corner, move him up off the bottom just a little bit and try to get underneath him to make the pass. Walker looks to the outside this time, down the back chute into turn 3, driving it in just a little bit deeper. Still right behind Jimmy Martinez. Martinez still your leader. We've got a yellow on the racetrack. Jimmy Martinez once again leads him to the green flag. Roy Walker hanging on to the second spot in the 9W car. Eric Rahi is third. Nathan Rahi gets around Dwayne McWhorter for fourth. McWhorter back to fifth, and that's the 97 machine around. That is Jesse Cantu. Jesse going to loop it back, point it in the right direction, and we will stay green. Thank you, Jesse. And Walker to the outside coming into turn number 1, challenging for the lead. Walker about 1 lane up off the bottom, gets a good run out of turn number 2, but Martinez wins the drag race into turn number 3. Walker once again to the outside. Really having to fight the race car. It's a longer way around the top side as well. Still can't quite make the move down the front stretch into turn 1. Still side by side with Jimmy Martinez on the bottom of the racetrack. Walker now wins the drag race down the back chute into turn 3. Martinez bumping doors with him down into turn 3. Martinez moves Walker up out of the way. Martinez with the lead. Walker still in second. Walker drives it in deep into turn number 1. Still on the outside. Martinez trying to push him up the racetrack. A drag race again down the back chute into turn 3. Walker tight that time on entry. Loses the little bit of ground that he had gained. Looks to the outside once again with some serious speed down the front chute into 1. Martinez and Walker side by side for the last 2 or 3 laps, making it look good here in the Emod Feature. Martinez once again driving it in just a little bit deeper. Loses the car through the transition. Here comes Walker on the outside. Walker with the lead at the stripe. Into turn number 1. Oh, big time contact. Jimmy Martinez never lifts out of the throttle. Roy Walker goes around. We're going to get a yellow on the racetrack. Green-white checker finish for your Emod Feature due to the elapsed time limit of 20 minutes. We're going green this time out of turn number 4. Roy Walker going to lead him to the green. Eric Rahi in second. Nathan Rahi third. Dwayne McWhorter fourth. Choppa rounds out the top 5. And there goes Nathan Rahi around in turn number 1. Walker. Green and white at the same time. Next flag will be the checkered. Walker going to lead the field into turn number 1 for the final time. Down the back chute into turn 3. It's Eric Rahi second. Nathan Rahi in third. Choppa is fourth. Weechi's worked her way back up into the top 5. Checkered flag going to be out. Roy Walker going to take the win in the Emod Feature here at South Texas Speedway. Motors off, ladies and gentlemen. Come out of the race car. Roy Walker with the win tonight. Hugs all around. Roy, here's a handshake, brother. First of all, Congratulations, man.
That was hard fought.
Absolutely. Had a good run going there with Jimmy, trying to get underneath him, trying to get him out of the way, trying to do something.
He wasn't going to get off the bottom, and I had to try something. And I don't know how I got out there, and it's a blast.
Dude, those 3 laps there, y'all side by side all the way around the racetrack, 3 laps in a row. I don't know about the rest of these people, but I sure did. What do you think, South Texas Speedway? Roy, you got anybody you want to thank on the race car, man?
Hey, my mom, my dad, my uncle, buddy, and this for all the help. Thank y'all.
One more time, ladies and gentlemen, Sames Ford Victory Lane. Feature winner tonight, Roy Walker in the 9W machine. Going to be the outside in the 38. Second row back is Eddie Ross in the BE2 and the Wild Man. Brock Bowen in the 56. Dustin Butcher going to line up inside the third row in the 90K. To his outside will be the 10 car of Caleb Hudgens. Fourth row inside going to be the 31 of Chase Havley. And to the outside, the Mattress Firm sponsored number 87 of Lawrence Maklachek. Next row back on the inside, the 9M, another Mattress Firm back to entry. That is Marcus Maklachek in the 9M. And outside of him, the 89C is Stephen Whitaker Jr. Sixth row back on the inside, the BD3 is Greg Carlucci Jr. Outside of him, that's the 115 of Chuck Perry. Seventh row back, the 33 JP is James Parks III. Rick Polero to the outside in the 96. Max Helms Jr. in the 18. James Lee, the 563. Tom Grothhughes and Ray Shulman, the 11 and 2R. We're going green at a turn number 4. Off to a great start, leads the field down into turn number 1 off the bottom of the racetrack. Slides up just a little bit, shuts the door on David Shurey, hangs on to that second spot. Bowen now is third. The BD2, Eddie Ross there in the 4th spot, and Dustin Butcher right now in the 5th position. Maklachek, Lawrence Maklachek slides way up the racetrack, nearly gets in the back with Caleb Hudgens. Here comes Stephen Whitaker Jr. as well, trying to crack that top 5. Whitaker right now running in 8th position. Marcus Maklachek is 9th. Chuck Perry rounds out the top 10. Flanagan loose in the middle of turns 3 and 4. Gathers the car back up, points it down the front stretch. Brock Bowen in 2nd spot as we complete lap number 2. 3rd spot belongs to David Shurey. Dustin Butcher 4th. Eddie Ross rounds out the top 5. Here we go. Lawrence Maklachek, Stephen Whitaker Jr. side by side down the back stretch for 5th. Make it 6th on the racetrack. They split Eddie Ross. We are 3 wide through turn number 4. Lawrence Maklachek picks up 2 spots around the outside of the racetrack. Meanwhile, Brock Bowen and Hunter Flanagan duking it out down the back chute for your lead. Bowen wins the drag race into turn number 3. Flanagan on the bottom of the racetrack once again can retake the lead. Bowen at the stripe. Hunter Flanagan settles in the 2nd spot. It's 3, 4, and 5 nose to tail. David Shurey, Dustin Butcher, Lawrence Maklachek 3, 4, and 5 on the racetrack right now. Flanagan trying to move up off the bottom, find some bite in the 58 machine. Bowen running away with this deal right now. David Shurey into 4th. Lawrence Maklachek gets around Dustin Butcher for 5th. Butcher in the middle. It's a Dustin Butcher sandwich. We got Stephen Whitaker Jr., Dustin Butcher, Lawrence Maklachek 3 wide through turn number 2. Flanagan now trying to come up off the bottom of the racetrack, get a good run off the exit of turn 4 and take that lead back from Brock Bowen. The Wild Man setting the pace right here in the early goings of your limited modified feature. Still David Shurey in 3rd. Lawrence Maklachek is 4th. Dustin Butcher and Stephen Whitaker Jr. side by side for 5th. Caleb Hudgens is in the infield. His night is done. Whitaker gets around both Butcher and Maklachek. We've got a yellow. Yellow on the racetrack for the... Once again, 6 laps complete, probably 14 to go, I would assume. This be a 20-lap affair. Bowen's on the throttle, the green's back out, and we're back underway. Bowen leads the field into turn number 1. Flanagan on the bottom of turn 1 as well, hangs on to that 2nd spot. Here comes Stephen Whitaker Jr. up the inside. Lawrence Maklachek to the outside, nearly 3 wide coming out of turn 2. Maklachek driving the 87 in deep, slides way up the racetrack. Flanagan hangs on to 2nd. I don't know, I'm not calling that one. Not calling it. That's why I'm not scoring this thing. Right now, though, out of turn number 2, Hunter Flanagan is in 2nd spot. Here comes Maklachek up the outside, though, once again. The wily veteran in the 87 Mattress Firm sponsored entry. Rides the outside through 3 and 4. He'll take over the 2nd spot of the stripe. Flanagan back to 3rd. Whitaker's 4th. Butcher rounds out the top 5. Brock Bowen got about a straightaway advantage, but he's got Lawrence Maklicek, with some clean racetrack in front of him. Here comes Stephen Whitaker Jr. to the inside of the racetrack, trying to take over the third spot from Hunter Flanagan. Flanagan forced to one lane up off the bottom of the car, not very comfortable there, but he's hanging on to that third spot doggedly down the back chute into turn 3. Going to be completing 10 laps right here, 10 down, 10 to go. Lawrence Maklicek still in second spot. Stephen Whitaker Jr. is third. Hunter Flanagan now fourth. Dustin Butcher still rounds out the top 5. Whitaker and Maklicek with a great battle going on down the back chute into turn number 3. Whitaker on the bottom. Maklicek sideways up top. Lawrence letting it all hang out. Whitaker, though, has the spot at the stripe. Side by side into turn number 1. Whitaker back on the bottom of the racetrack for turns 1 and 2. Maklicek about midway up, almost to the burn. And Whitaker with a spot going into turn number 3. Maklicek once again carrying some speed, tries to cross over as Whitaker slides up the racetrack. Now we swap lanes. Maklicek to the bottom in turn number 1. Can't get there fast enough. Whitaker hangs on to that second spot. Meanwhile, Brock Bowen is pulling away from everybody right now. The wild man with a straightaway advantage over Stephen Whitaker Jr. And Rick Polero is around in turn number 2. Rick's going to keep it going. We'll stay clean and we stay green. Good job, Rick. Brock Bowen coming into turn 3 now, trying to put a lap down on the 96 of Rick Polero. Whitaker still in second spot. Bowen trying to get around Polero. This could get interesting because Whitaker could close the gap. Bowen now to the outside into turn number 3. The car not very comfortable on the top of the racetrack. Bowen not really wanting to be there. Tentatively trying to get around Polero. He'll do it down the front chute into turn number 1. Polero goes a lap down. Bowen hangs on to your lead. Now with a lap car cushion between himself and Stephen Whitaker Jr., Bowen can maybe breathe a little bit easier. Next car to go a lap down will be the 38 of David Shurey and the 18 of Max Helms Jr. Bowen now pitching the 56 machine in the bottom of turn number 1. Getting it a little bit sideways, trying to keep it glued to the very bottom of the racetrack. A little bit aggressive into turn number 3. The wild man getting a little crazy. Gets the car sideways, backs it into turn number 3. Good run down the front chute into turn number 1, trying to get around the lap car of David Shurey. Stephen Whitaker Jr. got his hands full with Rick Polero as well. Lap traffic definitely playing a role here in the feature at South Texas Speedway tonight. Now Bowen underneath Shurey gets around him, puts him a lap down as well. And Polero loses it again. He's going to back it into the infield. Good call from Rick Polero. We're going to stay green. Thank you so much, Rick. Going to park it into the infield. No lap cars, however, between your leader, Brock Bowen, and second spot, Steve Whitaker Jr. with the departure of David Shurey in the 38. Bowen trying to get around Max Helms Jr. Looks like that car about to give it the ghost, and it does. Helms with oil all over the racetrack. We got a good streak of fluid. Going through turns 3 and 4. Helms has gone to the high side. Looks like he's going to make the hard right turn off the speedway. Yes, he does. Max Helms, thanks for your cooperation, brother. Things could get interesting, though. This is going to change the way the guys enter the corner in turn number 3. You got to go under the oil or above the oil. There's definitely some fluid on the racetrack. I can see the dark streak from right here. Bowen still your leader with about a half straightaway advantage over Stephen Whitaker Jr. Lawrence Maklicek about a straightaway behind him in third spot. Fourth is 58 cent Hunter Flanagan. Dustin Butcher rounds out the top 5. 21 laps in the books. Going to be coming to 2 to go this time. Should be coming to 2 to go this time by. Might be the next time. Yep, going to be the next time. This gap is getting smaller and smaller. Only about 4 car lengths separate Bowen and Whitaker into turn number 1. Ray Shulman now. The next car about to go a lap down. He's in the 2R in turn number 3. Bowen closing the gap quickly. We've got one around. That's Chuck Perry, the 115. Goodness gracious, that's close. Whitaker underneath on the bottom of turn number 4. That was 2 to go for your leader, Brock Bowen. Stephen Whitaker Jr. had a look to the inside, backed out of it, let Bowen go around to avoid contact. Good driving from Stephen Whitaker Jr. Now both guys have to go up and around Ray Shawman in the 2R car. Whitaker right there behind Bowen as the white flag is out. One more lap at South Texas Speedway. Brock Bowen down the backstretch for the final time in the turn number 3. Whitaker is off the pace. Stephen Whitaker Jr. breaks. Stephen Whitaker Jr. loses it on the last lap. Brock Bowen going to get the win. Lawrence Maklicek will be second. Hunter Flanagan third. Dustin Butcher fourth. And Marcus Maklicek will round out the top 5. Climbing out of the race car, ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for the wild man, Brock Bowen.
He's the one. Yeah, he's the one. He's the one. Yeah, that's a 20-year-old kid.
Second feature win here for this young man, Brock. First of all, man, great job. You had some heavy hitters behind you, brother. You had Steven breathing down your neck those last few laps. Marcus was right there, or Lawrence was right there in the mix. You had a lot of really heavy hitters behind you. You made it happen, brother. Good job.
Thank you.
The car looked really good. You were comfortable everywhere. It looked good coming in the top. You had to get down to the bottom in 1 and 2. What did it take to keep everybody behind you?
I just focused on hitting my marks every lap, and I got kind of worried when I saw Stevie there underneath me. I pinched him down going in 1, and then that was about it.
Well, brother, you look real good out there. Congratulations. Anybody you want to thank on the race car?
First of all, I'd like to thank my mom and dad. I wouldn't be here without them. A big thanks to Stephen Whitaker Jr., Fletcher Custom Engines, and Hughes Racing Chassis. T is on the square, and that's about it.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, make some noise for Brock Bowen in the 56 machine. We got one more race tonight, folks. Pure Stock Feature going to be coming up here in just a few minutes. Heck of a job tonight by Brock Bowen and the others in the limited modified feature. Ladies and gentlemen, how's that make you feel? That's good racing right there, South Texas Speedway. Mike Horlicka, Jerry Walters, your second row. Green flag is out. We are underway. Sean Ward. We're going to start outside the front row. My lineup's a little bit wrong. Sean Ward leads the field into turn number 1. Has the lead down the back chute into turn 3. Second spot right now is Jesse Sandoval. Jamie Deere in that third spot. Fourth right now belongs to the 54 of Tommy Miller. Mike Horlicka rounds out the top 5. Field pretty much single file for the top 5. We got a good battle going on right now for the 6th position on the racetrack. Oh, we got a car slow over the top. That is the 10 machine going to leave the speedway. 10 cars, Case Duncan. Fun meter pegs early for Case. We got a good battle for second going into turn number 1. Jamie Deere trying to get underneath Jesse Sandoval. Here comes Miller up the outside. That's Tommy Miller in the 54. Taking over the third spot down the back chute into turn number 3. Your leader is still Sean Ward in the 889, excuse me. Sandoval second in the 7 car. Tony Miller is now third in the 54. Jamie Deere back to fourth in the 15. Rounding out the top 5 is still Mike Horlicka in the 19 car. Jerry Walters in the 6th spot in the 127. And Johnny Westfall, 7th in the 9 car. Shiloh Broadnax in the 8th position right now. Got a good battle going on, 8, 9, 10, and 11 on the racetrack. That's the 58, the 4J, the 6, and the 38. Shiloh Broadnax leading that pack right now. J.C. Paul in the 9th position in the 4 car. Here comes Sewell, Joshua Sewell around the outside of the 6 car. That's Daniel Preston. Sewell gets around Preston. That is for 10th on the racetrack. Got another car slow off the pace. That's the 8M of Joshua McCain. Makes the hard right turn off the Speedway out of turn number 3. Meanwhile, it's the Sean Ward show out front right now. Laid the keys on the front desk and has checked out on the rest of the field. A full straightaway advantage as Jerry Walters challenges Horlicka from the 5th spot going into turn number 1. Walters makes the move, takes the spot out of turn number 2 down the back chute into 3. Walters going a little bit high, uses the banking to his advantage, tries to cut the car down and rotate it on the exit of turn number 4. Jerry Walters looking good in the 127 machine. We got 2 rows of just about 2 deep there through turns 1 and 2. Miller, Deere, Walters, and Horlicka putting on a show right now. That is 3, 4, 5, and 6 on your racetrack. 8 laps complete that time by at the stripe. Sean Ward closing in on lap traffic quickly in the 889 machine. Good battle for the 4th spot. That's for 5th on the racetrack. No, that is for 4th. That's Jamie Deere, Jerry Walters. Walters side by side with Deere through turns 3 and 4. Sandoval sideways. Miller can't capitalize on the mistake. Here comes Walters up the outside. Jerry Walters in the 4th spot now. Jamie Deere back to 5th. Tommy Miller sitting in the 3rd spot. He's going to be the next victim, I think, for Jerry Walters. Walters on the charge right now. Started in the 4th spot. Supposed to start in the 4th spot anyway. We are 3 wide going into turn number 1. Joshua Sewell on the bottom of Mike Horlicka. Out around the outside goes Johnny Westfall. And Sewell gets the short end of that stick, has to take a detour through the infield. We got a yellow on the Speedway. And Deere round out the top 5. Green flag's out. We're underway. Sean Ward leads him to it. The bottom of turn number 1. Miller up the outside. That's Tommy Miller in the 54. Takes over the 2nd spot. Down the back chute into 3. We've got the 6 car around. That is Daniel Preston at the bottom of turn number 2. Or exit of turn 2. We're going to stay green. Daniel gets it fired back up, pointed in the right direction. Jerry Walters, the man on the move. He just picked up 2 spots out of turn number 2. Gets around Johnny Westfall. Jesse Sandoval had a bad restart. He'll shuffle back to 5th in just a couple laps. Sean Ward still your leader. Tommy Miller trying to close the gap that was opened up in these few laps here with Sean Ward just trying to pull back away like he was earlier. We've got some contact going into turn number 1. It looks like everybody going to stay squared away. Sean Ward leads them down the front stretch. We've got J.C. Paul slow down the back chute in the 4C. He's going to make the hard right turn off the Speedway. Joshua Sewell coming out of nowhere. He's cracking the top 5 now, trying to get around Jesse Sandoval for that 5th position. He'll do it down the back chute. Out of turn 2 into turn 3. Got another car. We're good to go. 21 machine. That is Eric Ramos going to stay going. Here comes your leader, Sean Ward, to put him another lap down. Looks like Ramos going to make the hard right turn off the Speedway as well. His fun meter is pegged for the evening. It's still Ward out front. We just completed lap number 15. Miller in 2nd. Walters is 3rd. A good run for Jerry Walters. Johnny Westfall 4th, and Joshua Sewell rounds out the top 5. Lap number 16 in the books. 4 laps to go for Sean Ward. Tommy Miller about a straightaway behind in 2nd spot. Ward just really up and gone with this feature race. And I would say, barring catastrophe, it's his to lose. Miller is 2nd, Jerry Walters 3rd, Westfall 4th. Sewell rounds out the top 5. Then it's Sandoval, Deere, Broadnax, the 39 machine. That is John Wilson. And then Horlicka rounds out the top 10. That's 2 to go right there for your leader, Sean Ward. 2 more trips around South Texas Speedway. Got a yellow on the racetrack. That's Joshua Sewell and Johnny Westfall. Tangled up down there in the bottom of turn number 2. With 2 laps to go, the final feature of the evening here at South Texas Speedway. Sean Ward through turn number 2 down the back chute, already about 2 car lengths between himself and Tommy Miller in the 54. Miller in the 2nd spot. Jerry Walters is 3rd. Johnny Westfall, the 4th spot. Jesse Sandoval rounds out the top 5 as we've got 1 to go. The white flag is in the air. Final time through turns 1 and 2. Sean Ward solidly in control of this one. Down the backstretch into turn number 3. The final time, checkered flag will wave, was the leader, now the winner. Sean Ward going to take it in the pure stock feature. 2nd spot going to be Tommy Miller. 3rd spot will be Jerry Walters. 4th is Johnny Westfall. Jesse Sandoval rounds out the top 5. He's out of the race car, ladies and gentlemen. Make some noise. Sean Ward taking the win in the pure stock feature tonight. Good job, brother. That's a heck of a show, man.
I appreciate it. Thanks everybody coming out. I got to thank 89 Motorsports, WW Bodies, First Class Towing, my uncle, my family, my wife and kids. It was fun.
Dude, it was pretty much you from the get-go. That was the Sean Ward show right there, man. It looked great. Did it feel good?
Oh, it felt good. We just got to make the car a little bit better.
I don't know that it needs to be any better, man, but I like the enthusiasm. Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, Sean, you got anybody you want to thank on the race car?
I mean, I just throw all my thanks out there. I couldn't worry about the family.
Well, thanks for keeping me in line, brother. One more time, ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Sean.